We'll be talking about Schrodinger's equation, both time dependent and time independent. So there are two categories. One category is uh, time dependent, and another will be time independent. Both the things we will discuss now. Before we discuss the broadly what is the time dependent and time independent, one thing to remind you: this Schrodinger equation is the most powerful equation in quantum mechanics, as you are talking in some sense like it is a comparable to the Newton's law as in classical mechanics. So I'm just giving an analogy, and as Newton's law P is equal to mf, you are quite, you know that this is not derivable in this is a principle by its own. Similarly, Schrodinger's equation is coming from the first principle, it is not derivable, though there is a huge misconception and many books tries to give you the deriving the Schrodinger's time dependent equation. Though there is time independent equation, of course we can come from time dependent to time independent also. So that is a different issue. So let us try to have a look while we are talking to time dependent equation. So let's talk about the wave function. The trial solution we will take. The solution is of the form of ikx minus omega t. Now ikx minus omega t, this format we have seen also in the wave's motion in the string. A similar kind of solution we have taken, and as we have mentioned earlier, so this psi, whether it is a capital psi or small psi, it will uh, particularly form a differential equation, and that differential equation will try to give us the matter waves. When whatever we are talking about the matter waves is not electromagnetic waves, that these matter waves they will be discussing about through this differential equation, and that differential equation we are going to see which kind of differential equation, which kind in the sense in strings equation we have seen the differential equation is a hyperbolic differential equation and second order partial differential equation, and in this case we will try to see whether it is a similar kind of differential equation or whether there is a difference between the differential equation which we already got in strings motion. So let us try to derive the derivatives. So dou psi by dou x, this will be what, ik and psi. If you compute, it will come like that. And similarly, if you want to compute dou psi by dou t, carefully remember I am writing psi, this is capital psi, and which is a function of both space and time. Similarly, there is another object called small psi, which is a function of position variable. Here I am representing only one variable x. If you want to extend this thing, so you can write it in 3 dimension x, y, z also. Good. Yeah, dou psi by dou t minus I omega psi. Now carefully observe two things. When I am writing about omega and k, this is related also to momentum and energy. How? Let us remind ourselves. E is equal to h cross omega and P is equal to h cross k. K is the wave vector. If you remember, h by 2 pi and k is nothing but 2 pi by lambda. So it is the same relation. I have written it in another format. Now let us try to rewrite these two equations in different way. So equation 1, I am recasting the equation 1 in this format. Dou psi by dou x is equal to I psi. I am going to replace k by something else. Let me replace the k. What is k? K is coming p by h bar. P by h bar psi. Similarly, from equation number 2, which is dou psi by dou t, I am going to replace omega by e by h bar. E by h bar. Okay. Now here, uh, if I write the equation 1 again in a different format, I can write the equation in this way also. P by h bar is equal to dou by dou x to psi. Okay, let me drop this thing. This is not, yeah. So here, the way I have written it, you can carefully observe that here P, as if the P is acting on the wave function. P is acting on the wave function. So it is like a representation of an operator, what I call dou by dou x in the right hand side. So carefully see, I can recast this. I can write it again in a format like this. P, where I am writing it P, is equal to minus I h bar dou by dou x. I'm just giving a hat to remind you, like this is an operator, like d by dx is an operator. It is operates on some function. In this case, this is the wave function psi, capital psi. Similarly, if I use the same technique on the omega part, so I can write it as E as E acting on psi is what I h bar dou by dou t. Carefully see, again this is the same thing, as if the energy operator is nothing but I h bar dou by dou t. So these are the two things we can identify from if I derive. If I take the psi as this, and if I do one derivative in space and one derivative in time, these will be the outcomes. The dou by dou t, the derivative with respect to time, it reminds me of the energy, and we are thinking that as an energy operator. Similarly, dou by dou x, the spatial derivative reminds me of the momentum operator. With this identification, let me write down the identification in different color. It will be helpful and useful for us in future. Let me put it in a box. So E, I can write it as I h bar dou by dou t, and similarly, if you can write a operator hat also. Similarly, you can write the momentum operator as minus I h bar dou by dou x. Of course, you can see it is a momentum in the x component. So if you want to be more precise, you can write a suffix x. Now, what is the, suppose I have a microscopic particle m which is under the potential V. Suppose I have a microscopic particle which has a mass m, and this is under the potential V of x. And what is the total energy? The total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So the kinetic energy is nothing but p square by 2m, and potential energy is nothing but v by x, and the total energy is E. So if I write it in the proper format, I can write it as p square by 2m plus v of x. Now what is E? What is E? What is E? E is equal to I h bar dou psi by dou t. Is it clear to everybody what I am writing? E is equal to I h bar dou psi by dou t, which I have already got it here. And similarly, I have to do p square. Now, as I am saying it is an operator, what is the meaning of p square? That means p is acting again on p. It's like an operator. So, like dou by dou x, if it is an operator, what is the meaning of dou by dou x square? So, it is acting again on the operator. So, in this our case, p is what? I h bar minus I h by dou by dou x. So, what if p is acting again on p? So, of course, I will write psi over here. So, minus I h bar dou by dou x minus I h bar dou by dou x psi. So, what it will solve? It will solve you minus I and minus I, it will give you I square. I square is nothing but minus 1. So, h bar square by 2 I m dou 2 by dou x2 psi plus v of x, and again it is psi. How I am getting this psi? Because as if I am acting the operator everything on the psi. So this is on psi, p square is acting on psi, v is acting on psi, and this is the celebrated Schrodinger equation, time dependent Schrodinger equation in one dimension. Here capital psi is a function of what? Capital psi is a function of x and t. Similarly, you can generalize the result in 2 dimension, 2 space dimension and 3 space dimension. In 3 space dimension it will Laplacian will come. We'll see this later.